watching The Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. I'm John Nurden. He's Mark Mason. We watch the games, we call the games, and now, boy, we spin them.
Spinning them indeed. Today on the Sports Spin, we discuss Wasatch at Uintah boys and girls varsity in the Week Rewind, have two new plays in the L&L Monster Replays, and have Uintah drill on the Fast Dash. But let's get right into the Week Rewind. So where should we start?
Let's start with the quick recap of last night's hockey game.
Yeah.
So the hockey team, which is really the high school team, not a high school team, but it's the high school kids.
It's a club team. They're just not sponsored by.
A couple years ago, they took the state championship, and in hockey, it's the whole state.
Yeah.
This year, they played for it Monday night. They were the team coming in with no losses, and the other team has one loss. Well, they lost. So now they both have one loss. Wednesday night, as we're recording this tonight,
They play.
And
it's the
for the state championship.
Winner takes all.
This one's winner takes all.
Right. And according to head coach Jerry McCackney, they got their tails.
They barely lost.
They got destroyed.
They didn't show up to play apparently.
So we're going to find out.
If they can come and play tonight, they should win. On paper, they should be the better team.
That's the way it is. Okay, so we'll find out for sure. It's after we tape the show. So good luck hockey. By the time this airs, we'll know. Okay.
Moving to basketball.
Wasatch
last night.
Uintah girls. Let's start there. And the girls
played a lot of that early.
Perfect game for 3.5 quarters. And
typical. Tani
Valdez
just lit it up early.
Senior night. Tani Valdez doing what she does. And that one was a shot from Brooklyn Lamb. I have a sneaky suspicion that you'll see that later. But they played really well, and then they just went cold about 6 minutes into the second quarter. Didn't score until the third quarter from that point.
And extended it late into the third quarter. So
and they lost by, 15 or whatever. And
that lead happened. It was like a 19-point turnaround during that time, and they lost by less than they ended up losing by even less than 15, I think.
Yeah.
And my favorite part of the game for me is at the end, they knew it was over. They knew they weren't going to win the game, but they had fun.
Oh my gosh, Coach unleashed.
They let their post jump out and shoot 3-pointers, and the whole team rallied around her. Threw the ball up, let her chuck it. She finally made one.
Yeah, and she kissed it off the glass, I think.
Yeah,
didn't she?
Opened the bank.
Oh my gosh, everybody loved it, and so high school sports. If you're losing, you might as well be grinning.
Yeah, you may as well have fun.
They were all having fun. So let's move on to the Wasatch at Uintah boys game.
Game of the week. VTV's coverage game of the week.
Yeah, and
what a battle.
Yeah,
that kid was unbelievable.
Could shoot for Wasatch. Man, he's a catch and shoot guy.
That kid had a great game as well.
Colby Mason, number 23, came uncorked, had 19 on the night, led all scorers. And I'll tell you what, it came down to the wire, and Wasatch made some free throws.
There's Corbin Gardner knocking down trays, and that, that shot right there was typical of the game. If there you go.
Parker becomes a facilitator. Cruz Leba hitting corner threes.
And Cruz playing great defense on one of the best scorers in the state. It's just going to be tough.
Yeah.
But the game was won and lost. Absolutely at the free throw line. End of the game, the Utes didn't make their free throws, and Wasatch did, and extended their lead during that time.
Yeah, and it ends up being a 5-point game, I think, in the end, something like that anyway. And little intrigue on the court. We won't get too much into that, but some discrepancy.
Well, let's get into it a little bit. Coach turns around and he has an argument with a fan/parent, and fireworks going. It was a little crazy. And then, cooler heads prevailed. They both calmed down and relaxed. We'll see what the fallout is of that.
Yeah, so that happened in the game, and definitely some conversations to be had about that. When we said it on the air, both the coach and the parent need to realize there's time and place for these things.
These kids are what matters.
Yeah, and the kids matter, and it's definitely not at the game.
Did I say the kids are what matters?
Yeah.
That's it. The kids are what matters.
Right. Not there. But that's it for the week rewind, and
now it's time for the L&L Monster Replays.
let's do it.
Mark, I had a great opportunity when the Olympics came to Salt Lake City to watch the gold medal icing. What do they call that when you throw the little puck down the ice?
Oh, yeah, that thing.
And I get there and somebody's sweeping in front of it, and the person says, sweep, sweep, sweep. And every time I think about this play, that's what
Curling.
it is.
It's called curling.
The curling.
I remembered it. It's
Sweep.
called curling.
Sweep.
Well, what are we talking about? Oh, we're talking about Duchesne drill, sweeping everything. The drill down, the military, the dance,
Our show.
Our show. Oh my gosh.
What didn't they sweep?
They
Nothing.
swept. They got 58% of the vote on the L&L Monster Replay. And it was a battle between them and Altamont. Do you think those two schools want to beat each other?
Yeah, they do. And you know, it's the up and coming Altamont with the lock, cock, and ready to rock attitude.
Man, that's it. Okay, 58% of the vote. They're going to go up against a couple of Uintah players this week, and backed by popular demand, this shot went so high it went into the third row of the championship banners.
Out of the screen, back in the screen, and down through the net.
That's senior Brooklyn Lamb, who I lost a couple of bets to John on when exactly she was going to foul out in the game. But I didn't lose in enjoying that shot, ripping the net off, splash.
Good to see Brooklyn back in there.
Yeah.
What a great attitude she has. All right, next one. Who we got, Mark?
Well, we've got a little nepotism going on here. It's a block party, and I decided I'm putting my own boy on the show because he blocks once, he blocks twice, and then he blocks it three times. It's a block party. Colby Mason doing work on the post against Wasatch Wasps, and why not? When you do it 3 times in a row like that, I think you deserve to be on the show.
You really do.
My boy, huh?
And you know, here's the deal. You only get one vote. You can't vote like you do for yourself when we have the spin-off.
Oh, yeah.
You just vote one time for your son, and that's good.
Hey, Brooklyn, and the Eagles, I love you both, but I'm voting for Colby this week. I just want you to know right now. Right now. That's one less vote that you're getting. Okay, so that's a pretty fun
you loved it, didn't you?
Right. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at @TheSportsSpin or like us on VTV6 on Facebook to vote for your favorite L&L Monster Replay. We'll be right back.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
We're back on the Sports Spin presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle. On the spin cycle, we bring in the famous swimmer, Mindy Brooksby. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
My favorite memory of you is we're in the Dino Tri. We're in the middle of the Red Fleet. I'm drowning. I'm literally drowning. And you're popping your head up. Oh, hi, Mark. Hi, Jimmy. Hey, Steve. You were having the best time of your life. The rest of us are dying.
Well, you know, it happens.
Yeah, it's because you're a swimmer.
I can't put my face in that water. I had to keep it up and talk to people.
Yeah, I don't think you had goggles on.
I think I did.
Maybe you had goggles on. Okay.
I did.
So we're talking swimming. The first thing I know about swimmers is they all have the most comfortable footwear. Is that a requirement? I mean, you have Toms on right now.
Oh, yes. These are my lucky shoes that I wear to meet. So that's why I wore them here, so I could show them to you guys.
Oh, okay. So this was intentional.
Swimwear.
Yes. Swimwear.
Yeah.
Rental Vipers. Got it all.
So tell us a little bit about the Vipers. You know, that's a club?
Yes. Well, it's actually a club that's run by the rec center.
Okay.
And it's anywhere from, I think my youngest swimmers have been 5 years old all the way up to 18. So it's a really good size program.
So it
takes a lot of
all age
groups.
appropriate. And then what do? Do you go to competitions out on the Wasatch Front, or
We do. We actually go all over Utah, sometimes into Colorado and up into Wyoming.
So how big of a commitment is to be part of the Vipers?
Holy smokes. Well, to coach, it's a big commitment. And I've enjoyed growing with the program because I call it my monster. It started small, and then it was turned over to me as the head coach about 10 years ago. And then I just slowly made it into this massive thing that took over my life. No, it's
so
great.
It's what you do now.
I love it. It's what I do.
And
Yeah.
what I like about it is it's for everyone. I have a daughter who's 9 years old. She's
Love
not
her.
really athletic, but you took her into that program, and she became a swimmer.
Yes.
And her self-confidence, she was always confident, but it just grew leaps and bounds. How
her.
do you, is that the goal of the club, is to just, regardless of skill set, to just include them and build them like that?
Well, it's a lot of the time what we get is kids that have tried a lot of other sports and they don't quite fit in, and it's just because they hadn't tried swimming yet. And so they swim and they love it most of the time. I try to get everybody to love the water. It's a big deal to me. I like the water. I want everybody to love the water.
You know, it's such a lifetime sport too. You know, the worst I've ever been physically in my life, in a wheelchair, can't walk, but they put you in the swimming pool for some physical activity.
Yeah.
And you swim. And I spent months and months in rehab in the pool, and I've had a lifelong enjoyment of swimming. I remember taking my first son to teach him swimming by myself, day in and day out. My parents had a pool, and it was so hard. And I just should have brought him to you and let you take care of teaching my son how to swim.
That would be
and you
good.
do that as well. So it's a club, but you must teach kids as well.
I do. I have taught quite a few kids how to swim. It's not something I have a ton of time for, but I love it. I love doing it, but you know.
So the club doesn't necessarily teach a...
No, actually we pull from the swimming lessons at the rec center.
Okay.
So they have to go all the way through level 3, and then if you can join Vipers if you try out and you swim the amount of yardage in a certain amount of time that they're supposed to. So.
Okay.
And it's not just Vipers now. You're involved on the high school level as
Yeah.
well? What do you do for the high school team?
Well, we call it dry land training. It's kind of funny. We do weights and conditioning and things for the high school team because they need that to be good swimmers for their strength level. So I take care of all of that.
Sure. Yeah, and we had one of the high school swimmers on the show last week, and she was awesome. And you can tell there's a certain level of pride that a swimmer has. That's just,
She had as much poise and pride as anyone we've had on the show.
Almost
amazing.
irrational.
It was
sense
our
of
first time with this set,
Yeah.
and me and Mark are like, and she's just like, what do you boys need? Let me know.
Yeah, Celia Peterson. She is one of, I've had her ever since, I was flipping back into my pictures from Vipers, but I've had her since she was like 10, 9 or 10. And so, yeah. It's wonderful for me to be able to follow these kids all the way through.
That is
I love it.
fantastic to know that there's a program for everyone, and kids who maybe haven't had a success somewhere. You're wanting them. Come swimming, be part of what
swim.
you're doing, and enjoy yourself.
Yep. So check out the Vipers. They're at the rec center. They want us to call it the Vernal Community Center, I'm sure. So, Mindy, thank you so much for joining
You're
us here on
welcome.
the Sport Spin. We'll be right back after these messages.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new director of nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
for one. We're back on the Sports Spin presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle. I just read it. Let's read.
Yeah, here's how it works. It's the call of the week. No, let's just go forward with it. Why do we got to redo?
Okay.
No redo. Let's just move on.
Move on.
Here's the deal, Mark.
Call of the week.
The thing with the call of the week is this.
Oh, yeah.
Today,
John got
watch.
lucky. That's right.
Here we go.
Lucky. Oh, that's true. Okay, luck. I know. I'm telling you. Okay, moving on.
That's the best you can do.
What do you got?
I don't have to do anything.
Should we just recap it real quick? Should I just
Sweep!
rip the Band-Aid off?
Sweep!
Oh, okay, I feel better now. I had Uintah beating the Wasatch by more than 3. They lost. You had them under 3. I don't know if you want to call that.
I'll take a
push
whatever
on that one. So you got the other 2.
I think I got it anyway.
You had Tabiona beating Altamont. I really thought the Longhorns were going to get it done. I really did.
Keep going. Keep telling everybody how this
works. What was the other one? I don't even remember.
Stansbury at Union.
I mean, of course you got to pick the Cougars. Unless you're John.
Unless you want to beat Mark.
Oh, that's a win because I still picked the home team.
Good luck with that.
Right.
John, dominating the basketball season over Mark.
Finally gets
so
on the
if I
board
see this
after
right, as we're narrowing it down through the basketball season, I'll give you the football season. I took the basketball season without a doubt. It's kind of a push now going into soccer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's baseball season too.
Yeah, I got this. I know my soccer.
Here we go.
I don't know anything about soccer.
This week, next? Mark, what do we got?
Salem Hills at Uintah, and as we sit here on the show, one of the Uintah players is off the team. That's John Parker's off the team, apparently.
We're just in?
We're just in, yeah. So this is...
I wouldn't believe it.
Okay, we'll
so
see what happens.
Let's see what happens. I don't think that's...
There's a lot of turmoil going on in the Uintah team. I'm going Salem Hills, sorry. My own boy plays on Uintah. I don't think they're going to win.
They're not going to win.
Yeah.
They just, they played as good a game as they're going to play last night, and they're just not going to win. So... should we leave it at that?
Yeah, I think it's a not win, and then it's just a pride thing. So let's say over-under on Kobe Mason's points.
Okay, let's do it over and under on Kobe's points. I'll let you pick.
I'm going to say over 12.
I'm going to say under 12.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks for that.
Okay, I'll start a game. Let's go on. NBA, they're down in Narleens.
Nothing wrong with the game in Narleens.
Yeah, right? Oh, my gosh. So, you know what happens in Narleens? Anything.
Exactly.
And
a lot of beads get handed out there for some reason.
Rattle beads, right. So can the two East and West score more than 300 points? The line's 300. You going over or under on that?
I'm going over.
You're going over?
I'm going over 300.
No, they're partying too hard. They're not going to make it. It's going to be
over 300.
It's going to be under 300 because they're Narleens.
Nah, this game has turned into watch me, and we play defense. Never. No defense in this game.
Durant wants to shut Westbrook
down. Does not matter.
Oh, wait, they're playing on the same team.
Does not matter.
If Durant starts guarding Westbrook in the middle of the game, I would not be surprised.
What's going on?
Right.
All right,
okay.
So here we go.
Okay, what's the next
with that in mind, let's go with who's going to score more points. That's the battle, Durant or Westbrook.
Oh, my gosh. I'm coming. Mr. Triple Double's outscoring Durant. That's all that's going to be. No, wait.
I'll take Durant.
My mind.
I got Durant.
Oh, shoot.
On the paper, mark it down.
Four
Durant.
Warriors on the team. They're going to ice Westbrook out. They're going to ice him out. He's going to get froze out. He's never touching the ball. Boy, I went with my gut, and I should have gone with my heart. So, okay. Well,
I let you pick first. I'm still going to win.
You stole it
again.
Okay. Hey, that's it. So the NBA and local basketball, we'll see who's right. It's going to be me, of course, always is. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin. It's time for the Fast Dash.
Well done, ladies.
On the Fast Dash, we have the Uintah Utes from the drill team. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Vanessa Smewen, Nicole Cundiff, and Kaz with two Z's, Gibson.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a little bit extra sash, John.
Just a little. It's a lot extra.
The one Z, but the second Z is.
And the way she told you about it, it's like, I got two.
Two Z's. All right.
All right. So Mark,
two Z's on the mic.
Why do we have these three?
I don't know why. Because they turn left when they should have turned right.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
Second, third, and fourth place in the drill down in the state of Utah.
Yeah, and also
and they handed it to Maple Mountain.
Oh
Gosh,
my gosh.
dang it!
Hey, we're not going to rub it in or anything until our whole.
We just did rub it in a little bit.
We did a little bit. But two dances were third place. Is that correct? In state.
Yes.
Congratulations! Against that competition on that stage, that's amazing. And my sources said you should also been third place overall, but fourth overall is nothing to because it was Hillcrest, Bountiful, and Maple Mountain, right?
Yes.
Wow. That's tough competition. Okay, on the Fast Dash, what we're going to do is we're going to put a minute up on the clock. We're just going to lob some questions to you. Just try to be Babe Ruth, hit them out of the park, okay? You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, they're easy questions. John's going to start. Here goes the clock right now, and we're off.
Number one rival.
Hillcrest.
Okay, Hillcrest. Converse or bare feet?
Converse.
All right, we even got some Converse here on the floor, right? Yeah, okay.
Girls' night or guys' night?
Girls.
Oh, man, wow.
Well said.
Yeah, okay, Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Batman. So there's a couple of like them a little darker, a little shadier. Okay.
One word to describe your coach.
Short. Intense. I was going to say intense.
Intense? Oh, she must be pretty intense.
Yeah. Well, here we go. All right. Disco or rap?
Just rap.
Can you throw some bars out? Spit some bars out for me, real quick. No. Okay. All right. Next question.
Favorite movie?
Hunger Games.
I don't know that one. Very good.
Okay. A belly flop or a cannonball?
Cannonball. Belly flop.
No, I like the belly flop answer. Okay.
Best part of high school?
The end.
What?
I like it.
Going home. Friends.
Friends.
I
Very
say
good.
drill team, but truck or a sports car?
Sports car. Truck.
We got a couple of.
All right.
girls
Good
on
job,
the
ladies. Well
floor.
done. Thank you.
Well, thanks for joining us on the Sports Spin presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Health and healing every person, every time. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and we will see you next week. Thanks, ladies.